Press TV, time now for the news review. Israel's far-right minister Itamar Ben-Gvir has visited the al-Aqsa Mosque compound once again, further fueling anti-Israeli sentiments. The controversial move came 3 days after the politician, along with tens of thousands of Israeli extremists, marched through the occupied old city of al-Quds in just over a week into a fragile Gaza ceasefire. Tensions flaring up in the occupied Palestinian territories, and he saying that Israel is in charge of al-Quds. Meanwhile, Hamas announced in a statement that the Israeli regime will be responsible for the consequences of the presence of Ben-Gvir and settlers in the al-Aqsa Mosque compound. I'm inviting two guests to discuss this a bit. So Mazen Gomsia, a Palestinian scientist and author, is joining me from London. Also with us is Charlotte Cates. She's with the Samidoun Palestinian Prisoner Society Solidarity Network in Vancouver. Good to see you both. So, Mr. Gomsia, regarding the timing, it's only a few days we had this Israeli aggression against Gaza Strip, and the mediation, and then came the ceasefire, and now again we have this Mr. Ben-Gvir, then walking contentedly there, and claiming possession over the area and all that. So, what's the purpose of such acts that Palestinians strongly find to be provocative?
Well, Ben-Gvir is very much interested in throwing fuel on the fire, so to speak. It's always been his agenda. He's getting frustrated that the Palestinian resistance is doing calculated moves and not reactionary moves, and he wants to provoke a reactionary move. But he is failing at what he is intending to do. And I would say he represents the Israeli government more than Netanyahu these days among the Israeli public. More Israeli public figures in government are looking to Ben-Gvir as leadership, basically, rather than looking to him as some fringe individual.
Mm-hmm. Charlotte, if such actions take place again, and such visits, and sometimes they turn into storming into the holy site, what could the consequences be?
Well, it's obvious that what Ben-Gvir and his government are trying to do is exactly what our fellow guest just said, which is they want to reclaim the initiative from the Palestinian resistance. The reality is that more and more people around the world quite clearly see who is responsible for what is taking place in Palestine and has been responsible for the past 75 years and beyond, and that's the Zionist project. And so we could see responses from the Palestinian resistance in the West Bank, in Jerusalem, in Gaza, and elsewhere. We could see broader international efforts to isolate this illegitimate Zionist regime and hold it accountable for its crimes. We can see a growing popular anger, not only inside occupied Palestine, but among Muslims around the world at this ongoing violation and desecration of a holy site. But what it's clear is that these kinds of attempts are not going to take back the power of initiative from the Palestinian resistance. What happened just last week in the Battle of the Revenge of the Free made that very clear. And so none of Ben-Gvir's provocations are going to succeed either in obtaining control of al-Aqsa or in reclaiming the initiative or reclaiming the power of deterrence for the Zionist project.
Okay, now let me ask Mazen this question. I mean, what can be done at the end of the day? Because this holy site, the al-Aqsa Mosque compound, it's revered by everyone on the planet, and it's not only Muslims. There are Jews, there are Christians. Christians also facing some restrictions. So isn't there a solution so that followers of all faiths could perform their, rituals and ceremonies there without any things like this, things turning into escalation?
Well, the site itself is a religious holy site. This was recognized globally. Even when Britain, which is not known for being friendly to our region, educated the issue in the 1920s, they said the site, including the Western Wall, by the way, that the Israelis like to go to as a Wailing Wall, so to speak. Even that wall is part of Islamic Waqf. It's part of the Islamic national heritage, cultural heritage, religious heritage. Now, the Muslim rulers traditionally have said anybody wants to come and visit, like they visit any mosque in the world, they are welcome to come and visit as long as they respect that this is a Muslim holy site. And traditionally, they have accepted visitors as long as they are respectful. The problem with Ben-Gvir and the thousands of followers that he has who come to the Al-Aqsa Mosque is they are not respectful of it as a holy site. In fact, they say openly that they want to convert it to a Jewish holy site. And this is the source of the problem. So it is not really an issue of visitation, so to speak. Visitation has always been allowed to all people as long as they obey that this is the rules of visiting any Islamic holy site, any mosque in the world. Christians, Jews, even atheists are welcome to come and take a look and visit, but they have to respect the site.
Yeah, okay. And Charlotte, given what's happening, new coalitions, taking shape in this part of the region, Arab countries, you have Syria back in the Arab League, we have Iran, Saudi rapprochement and all that. Do you expect anything, any kind of maybe push toward some de-escalation or maybe toward a solution could be found?
Well, I think it's clear that the people of the region want to push toward de-escalation that includes all of the people of the region, all of the states of the region. The problem is that the Zionist project is not a part of the region. It's a European settler colony that was implanted in occupied Palestine. And so the only kind of real solution there can be is the liberation of Palestine and the dismantlement of the Zionist entity. However, the stronger there is unity in the region, the stronger there is Arab unity, the stronger there is a decline in the role of the United States and a growth in the power of alternative powers and institutions around the world, the more there is a multipolar world, the closer we are to the liberation of Palestine.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Mazen Gomsi in London, Charlotte Cates in Vancouver. Thank you for watching this episode of the News Review.